going on, guys? Welcome back to ClayCoins. I believe competence creates confidence, so I'm here to bring you some information, education, and better understanding of cryptocurrency and the stock market. It's not financial advice, however. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not an indication nor suggestion to buy, hold, or sell any cryptocurrency or stock talked about in this video or on this channel. I'll also never talk to you guys down below about a WhatsApp, a Telegram, any investment opportunities, anything like that. Today we're going to be looking at 4 cryptocurrencies that only cost like 5 cents or less that I think are going to do numbers. Some 5Xs, some 50Xs, some 100Xs in here. We got some big gaining possibilities. Obviously, if Bitcoin drops to 22K, then these altcoins aren't going to do that well. No altcoins are. However, when the market turns around, these 4 are going to do absolute numbers. Before we get into the video, guys, I got to do the YouTube stuff. My goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. We're starting to get close, so I need you guys to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and help me hit my goal, because with your help and support, I know we can knock this goal out of the park. So I'll give you a moment to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you feel like you need to do to show support to this channel. Dope. Thank you guys so much. We're going to start out with one of, if not the best looking blockchain game I have ever seen. Being built on Unreal Engine 5, Star Atlas will feature real-time environments in cinema quality, which, I mean, I've seen some of the previews, and if we're able to see, I mean, granted, games like No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk really, you know, and Watch Dogs, I think it was one of them, the E3 trailers that just look like 4K cinema quality, and then you get it home and it looks like they developed it on a potato. It's kind of a weird, almost false advertising type thing, but from what I've seen from Star Atlas, they're really trying to deliver, and they're taking their time, which is always good. You'd rather have a project take their time and work on it, maybe take an extra, I would personally rather have a game take an extra year of development than spend the next 6 to 9 months doing patches after they release. Hashtag Battlefield 2042. But if they can pull it off, it's going to be an absolute spectacle in the gaming industry. And if you didn't know by now, we're talking about Star Atlas, ticker symbol ATLAS, Atlas. It's a cryptocurrency I've talked about before on the channel, and want to know a cool little thing? We're on more watch lists with this cryptocurrency than it has for a market cap. That's pretty crazy. Clearly, there's a lot of people invested in this, or, you know, invested in watching this, that haven't invested in it necessarily with currency. So a lot of people have kept their eyes on this, and I can see why. I mean, the 24-hour volume is up 82%. You're trading at about 17% of the total market cap has been traded in the last 24 hours. That's always good for momentum's sake. 2.16 billion in circulation out of a hard cap max supply of 36 billion. Currently 6%. Just reading everything here for you, but that means that the fully diluted market cap is sitting at just under $1 billion. That means that if all of these 36 billion tokens were in circulation at the current price of 2.5 cents, that it would equal 935 billion. That's all those numbers mean. Between forging alliances, building space stations and spaceships, deep space exploration, and combat, Star Atlas provides an immersive, strategic, explorative role-playing experience built on the Solana blockchain, allowing players to purchase, own, and sell in-game equipment, ships, and other content as NFTs. Obviously, this is going to be a trend you guys are going to see start to really grab hold of the gaming industry. If you didn't notice, with all of the microtransactions that have plagued the gaming industry over the last like 5 years or so, NFTs are just, I mean, it's a new way for them to rebrand microtransactions, except there's nothing micro about them anymore, because they're going to be like full-on $2,000 spaceships that you buy in a game. However, if that's the way things are going and people are spending a lot of their time in the metaverse, why would you, you know, spend a bunch of money on, you know, cool stuff to put inside of your bedroom when you can spend money on cool stuff to use in your in-game metaverse when you're spending most of your time there? Not necessarily thinking that that's how we'll be in. I'm not a believer that in 5 or 10 years we're going to be in pods eating bugs, you know, in the metaverse 20 hours a day. I think that's a couple hundred years out. However, Mark Zuckerberg on the Lex Fridman podcast said he believes hyper photorealistic avatars for the metaverse should be achievable in 5 to 10 years. He says 10 years out is even too far. He said hyper photorealistic avatars that you cannot discern from reality should be achievable within 5 years. That's mind-blowing. They've also partnered with Serum, which is built on Solana. It's a DeFi protocol, to allow liquidity providing yield options for the Atlas token, which is really, really cool. It seems as if they're building an entire world, which is, I mean, that's obviously the idea of a game. You want to give the immersive kind of effect, the wool you can put over someone's eyes to make them believe that they're in their own world that they can kind of create. However, in reality, it always and in practice, it doesn't end up being that way. A lot of storylines are very linear. It's an open world, but they kind of lead you where to go. But with what Star Atlas seems to be doing, they want to have an entire economy in game, kind of like a RuneScape or something, where, I mean, people can play RuneScape and not even play the game and just flip money and play on the market, on the grand exchange, like with stocks and cryptocurrency. And people do that and make a bunch of money. Not real world money, by the way, because that's definitely not allowed by JagX. But, I mean, you've seen different games like Diablo has a huge real world marketplace. So for people thinking that people aren't going to dump a bunch of money into NFT games, I don't think you've really been paying attention to the last like 20 years in the gaming industry, because it started with downloadable content, and now games put out games will release a fighting game with only 8 characters unlocked. You beat the entire game on every difficulty. You still haven't unlocked any of the 22 possible characters. And then you look at the DLC or microtransaction, you look at the store, and you can buy them off for $3.99, $4.99, you know? This is going to be a huge tidal wave into the gaming industry, the NFTs, especially with how big they are right now, just essentially as like profile pictures and social status. I can only imagine when they start to have utility like with Gods Unchained and what Immutable X is doing. This is going to be huge. Currently sitting at a market cap of 56 million, which is just absolutely tiny. We could see Star Atlas begin to leave orbit and 100x up to the $5.5 billion market cap. When this game releases, there's no reason that it shouldn't push past and become one of the biggest, if not the biggest, gaming metaverse type token on the market. At the very least, though, regardless of anything, I can see this token 5xing in the near future and 10xing by the end of the year. I think going into 2023, seeing this at 20 cents at the minimum is not out of imagination by any means whatsoever. 20 cents, I think, is a great valuation for a game that looks as good as this. And I mean, think about this. This is one thing I'll compare Star Atlas to, just because obviously it's much more immersive, but if you guys have ever heard of EVE Online, if not, go check it out. I mean, it's like an incredibly niche but so loyal. They have such a loyal fan base that like people spend like $20,000 or $30,000 on EVE Online spaceships. They have real wars inside of these EVE Online servers that last months on end. They have world records for multiple different things, and it's a video game that not many have heard of, but oh my gosh, the amount of money and time and dedication that people put into that is crazy. And if you could take that and put an Unreal 5 engine like 4K dynamic on it, and you know, it's just, I'm a huge fan of Star Atlas, and the possibilities are endless with a game like this. Wouldn't it be funny if Star Atlas became the blockchain No Man's Sky and it was just an absolute disaster for like the first 5 years? No Man's Sky is actually pretty good now. They released some patches and updates, and they really improved the quality of life. Completely off topic, but we're going to run on the same scaling solution as Plasma right here, and being built on Ethereum, we're looking at Loom Network, ticker symbol LOOM. One of our more recent listings over on Coinbase, I remember it, made a listing video a couple weeks ago. I'm starting to get so many listing videos deep that it's hard for me to keep track. It's one of those things like I've never, when you watch YouTube content creators and they talk about their old videos and they're not really sure, if you listen to actors or, and who talk about different movies or TV shows they've done, and they have a hard time remembering specific episodes or times they were filming. I get that now, and I'm only 50 videos in. Imagine how when I'm like 500 videos in, I'm not even going to remember what my channel's called. With application developers in mind, Loom looks to maintain lower costs for lighter tasks and distribute much higher computing power for much larger tasks when necessary. since December 6th, Loom is traded in a rather consistent channel, which I'll show you here in a second, between the 5 cent 5 mark and 10 cents, showing relative strength in times of much uncertainty. As you can see here, looking at the 3-month chart, the highest we ever hit was this 10-cent little spike right here, just above 10 cent. The lowest we ever hit was this 5.5, 5.3 right in here. Just about 5 cents, we'll call it. Just about 5 cents. So between 5 cents and 10 cents. I mean, technically, if you wanted to really play that swing, that's some good profit you could play if you're just trying to trade, something like that. However, I will note that since February 7th when we had this spike, you can see we have a lower high here, a lower high here, and another lower high here, indicating a rather bearish downtrend. However, it's a reverse, and we're starting to see a wedge being formed, because at the same time, we're now also seeing higher lows. So you have this one, and then this is higher, and now this is higher. So you're starting to see a wedge in between these two. I'm kind of just doing it with my cursor, so I'm not pulling up the chart for you guys or anything right now. But I'm pulling, picture a wedge right there, and you're gonna have to have a breakout. Everything needs to, when you have a channel like this, nature's gonna find a way of shaking something up and changing. I don't think, cryptocurrencies aren't well known for trading sideways for too often, unless you're a stablecoin or Cardano. In my opinion, though, looking at this is just more proof of the solidity of the 5-cent support, and also proof of the 10-cent resistance. It comes, it comes and goes both ways. When you have a solidified channel like this, you understand that the chances of breaking below that 5-cent mark are pretty slim, but the chances of breaking above the 10-cent mark are pretty slim. Don't just seek for confirmation bias, seek for the truth, because with the truth, you can finally understand, and then you can have that competence which will create the confident decision making. I personally would wait for the 5-cent range to strike right around this. I mean, if you can get it right around the 5 cent, 5 cent 3, 5 cent 1, 5 cent mark, that's a great price. Obviously not financial advice, you guys know all that, but me personally, I would strike around the 5 cent, and then if the 10 cent breaks, that's a huge level that I would watch, because if that breaks, we could be heading up to the 17 cent level of resistance, which would be the next one, and then after that is the 21 cent level of resistance, 21.21. Coming up next, we have measurable data token, MDT, not DMT for all my Joe Rogan listeners. But it aims to provide a blockchain-based data economy, giving both data providers and buyers a platform to exchange data securely and anonymously. Question, is it data or data? I'm not sure. Let me know. I use it both ways. It's like Caribbean or Caribbean. It's really weird. I can use Caribbean and Caribbean in the same sentence and say it different ways, and it's the same with data or data. I'm not sure which, but I see this as measurable data token, but then I read it and I say data, so I don't know. This is honestly one of my favorite lesser known cryptocurrencies, and one that I was a holder of last year. I'm not currently a holder of, I believe, any of the cryptocurrencies on this list. No, I'm not. But hopefully when Star Atlas comes out, we can all gang up in on that. That'd be cool to have like a little ClayCoins space station up in Star Atlas. Let me know. Obviously, that's way down the line. If we get a couple tens of thousands of subscribers in here, we can get a couple hundred of them over onto a game. We could really run stuff over there. That'd be pretty cool, right? But this, measurable data token, you guys have seen it on the channel before if you're a fan. If not, go check out my older videos and you can watch it. It's one of the first ones, microcaps and lesser known cryptos I really started talking about. It's hard because it's almost like you don't want to spoil it for everyone, but at the same time, you want people to know about it. So it's that fine line between, oh, am I spilling the tea and letting everyone know about this crypto and now it's going to ruin it? Or am I being greedy and stingy and hiding this from everyone? So I just like to bring it to you guys in an unbiased way. And in my opinion, this is an absolute hidden gem. At only 5 cents right now, technically 4981, the 5 cent mark right now, it is so undervalued. And when it's hard capped at 1 billion tokens with a 676 million circulating supply right now, that is so small in comparison to most of the cryptocurrencies you're gonna see around the 5 cents and under. Most of the cryptos you're gonna see are not just gonna be a couple billion, they're gonna be like tens of billions. up towards of 50 to 100, 500 billion, a trillion, and we're talking about 1 billion maxed. Only 676 million in circulation. Some cryptocurrencies that are worth like $10 or $20 have that much in circulation, so keep that in mind. I mean, it's not indicative of the current strength, but the future growth potential is absolutely there. And when you check out the 24-hour trading volume being down 72.83%, but you're trading 84, almost 85% of the total market cap in the last 24 hours, that's crazy. Always remember, though, that's buying and selling pressure combined. It's the combination of the total amount of money that's been traded. So that doesn't always just mean buying, or it doesn't always just mean selling. It's always a combination of both. Keep that in mind. I think over the next little bit, we're going to watch this climb to the 16 cent or higher level, and after that, who knows? Who knows how high we can go? The volume is doing a great job of backing the sentiment up like I just showed you guys, and this is fundamentally, in my opinion, one of the most undervalued tokens, and it will only be at this price for a short amount of time. So when you look at just in December, it was up towards the 16, 17 cent mark, and we're sitting at under 5 cents now with 676 million in circulation, guys. This is not going to be a price that you'll be seeing much longer. I mean, look at these price pumps. Look at this. This is definitely one of the ones that I would just feel bad keeping to myself and not letting you guys know about. Obviously, AI and big data, not necessarily. I don't know if I use Brave browser. I'm not big on browsers or any companies monetizing my data without my knowledge, besides the 47-page terms and conditions that you have to sign with every update so no one reads. Other than that, a lot of the things, that Facebook was doing, and a lot of the ways people transfer your data around isn't necessarily how you would like to believe that they're able to handle it. But when there's money to be made and it's a solid project, I'm definitely going to let you guys know. Lastly, we're going to have to add another name to the 2 to 10x threats. I guess you could say it like the crypto most wanted list of all the massive potential gainers that we need to seek out. We're going to add a symbol protocol, ticker symbol ASM, to that, because, man, ASM provides users with an unrestricted opportunity to use points similar to cash anywhere in the world. That's their goal. Their goal is actually to become the top blockchain-based global point integration platform. So points, tokens, coins, crypto, it's all the same. VC, it's virtual, any type of virtual currency. Everyone's going to have their own name for it. Pretty much it's just a different way for you to take money, replace it for something else that's worth money, and then spend it. That's all they're trying to do, and they use the point system. That's what their kind of goal in mind is. Only on 9,000 watch lists. Market cap is only 60 million. I mean, this is another one where it's like a hidden gem, and I feel like I need to bring this to you guys because only 9,000 watch lists. Once this 10 times, it'll be on 90,000, and that is not many. Obviously, you guys know that watch lists mean almost nothing, except the popularity on coinmarketcap.com is solely, literally what they mean. It's not indicative necessarily of a cryptocurrency's strength in any way or its popularity, but it is, a moderate indicator of just the people with CoinMarketCap accounts that use watch lists and felt the need to hit the star and add it to their watch list. Technically, that's all it means, but when you see great big numbers on the watch list, you obviously know quite a few people have it on a list to watch it. It is claimed that users are able to use their points anytime, anywhere, worldwide. That's pretty cool. Also kind of just sounds like cryptocurrency. But, I'm not saying anything. I predict that we should see Symbol Protocol double up to the 10 cent mark at least. I'm actually going to rescind that at least, and I'll show you guys why. So it's not all roses when you talk about doubling up to the 10 cent mark. Because due to this massive downtrend we've seen, it has formed a hard resistance at this 10 cent mark, and we're yet to break it pretty much in the entire the entire year 2022. We tiptoed up to that 11 cent mark and then quickly dropped down, tried it really hard, and this was just an excellent confirmation. With the volume pump we had right here, to not break that, that was all the confirmation I needed to know that the 10 cent mark is definitely the atmosphere we have to push through to break into the orbit and start heading towards the moon for ASM. If we can rally the bulls together and push past the 10-cent mark, I can see us crank up to the 15 to 18-cent mark. Right around there seems like to be the next strong resistance, and find a little channel around there to trade in, and before, you know, we have that moonshot potential, obviously, with ASM. That's why it's on this list. And I'll add this. I don't think this is necessarily probable or indicative of what will happen. However, history repeats itself, I guess. We're gonna take a, use a blind eye on all this volume that we had in through here and the lack of volume through here. We're just gonna never mind that for now. We're gonna look at a little thing here because if you'll notice, this is the yearly chart. Last year, this time frame, on 3/22/2021, we were at 5 cent 6. Right now, we're at 5 cent 5. And over the next month, we ran up to the 32-cent mark, fell to the 23, ran up to the 42, fell to the 31, and then capped off a monumental bull run on April 24th, 2021 at 53.6. That is crazy. If we can witness a run up even half of that, it would be life-changing for people. So definitely keep that in mind, guys, when you talk about more of a lotto play for this list. Out of the 4 coins, let me see. Loom, MDT, ASM, and Star Atlas. With the highest probable potential, I'm going to have to say most likely Star Atlas. Just because it's a real solid project. The team behind it is incredible. It looks great from what I've seen already, and it's gaming. As long as it's a decent playable game, people are going to buy it, and they're going to look for that social status in the economy. Then I'm going to say MDT. Then I'm going to say probably a tie for 4th between ASM and Loom. ASM and Loom, I think, are great lotto plays, to be completely honest, especially with the little channels we can see. Try to buy it the lower the channel, and then if it goes up to the top and you want to sell, that's fine. If it goes up to the top and you think it'll break a resistance and push, that's fine too. As long as you know you're buying towards the bottom of a channel, your risk to reward is definitely there. You should always have a proper risk management strategy. You should know, if I buy at 5 cents and it goes to 4 cents or 3 cents, whatever you can tolerate, that's what I'm getting out, and then stick by that. Write it down in a book of disciplines or something. I've heard Uncle Larry talk about that before, and just look back on it in times of uncertainty and in times where you yourself are experiencing some FUD or some, FOMO maybe, something like that, and then look back, look at previous decisions you've made, and make an informed one in the present. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's going to be everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to bring you guys some altcoins that are lesser known, that are right around 5 cents or less, that I think are going to explode. I had to throw Star Atlas in here because it's just so cool, and I'm going to have another one coming out with 4 more altcoins that I think are going to be exploding very soon. And I'll give you a little hint. One of the cryptocurrencies that I made a video on the other day talking about some gains might make the next video I'm coming out. Maybe it's Alchemy Pay, maybe not. So definitely keep an eye out for that one. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and put a flexing emoji in the comment section down below, as you know by now, and like that video, smash that subscribe button, and let's get this rolling. Share the video and join to become a true supporter of ClayCoins. Other than that, guys, stay safe, stay hydrated, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you're doing a great job, because if you're watching this channel, you are. Thank you, guys.